What's going on? Crazy Russian. In this video, is a video response to SBN Resonate. My fellow YouTuber from Harrisburg, Pennsylvania, doing the same thing, walking around, making videos. I just went outside of my place just to walk around because I can't really make videos in my place. So like that, and I don't want to, I really like to just walking around making videos. So that's what I like to do personally, just like SBN Resonate. So he was making a video about that people like to play the victims. Even though people are being toxic themselves, they are doing harm to other people, but instead of admitting that, hey, I fucked up, I did wrong, people like to play victim. They have victim mentality. And he's been saying that there's nothing good about it. Well, it's a more complicated issue than that, really. It's a little bit more complicated than what you say that is, in my opinion. When it comes to victim mentality, in this life, which is obviously all contradiction, like you said, even the matter of life and death and survival and everything. But for whatever reason, we as humans, we like to survive. And we have our egos, right? So there are different things which could happen in the thing when it comes to victim mentality, okay? There's a lot of things which goes into it. Sometimes you can really think that you're a victim, and you can be from your perspective, but other people may think differently, okay? Because they don't know why you do what you do, because they not been in your shoes. They don't know how you think. You don't know how you are, so they will view the world based on their perspective, but you may have a different one. So that's how you may be a victim based on your perspective, but when it comes to other people, they may not look at you as a victim, And of course, some people are narcissists, they're playing the victim, but then again, people need some of this healthy narcissism for survival, and sometimes people have too much of that, and people say, oh, it's bad, but it's not really bad, because everything is a contradiction. There is good and bad in everything, everything in life has pros and cons. It's not black and white. Even things like narcissism, people say, oh, you're narcissistic, you're evil. Not necessarily. There are pros and cons. Pros, because of that, you may be so driven, so you can get more money than other people, you can get more things than other people. But the cons, nobody's gonna like you. You may not have a lot of friends. Your life may be difficult, but you may not have a lot of fun, because people not gonna like you. They may not want to hang out with you, even though you can be good and make a lot of money, and maybe people could be scared of you, because people will be scared of somebody who just doesn't give a shit about nothing, who can hurt anybody. If he's not gonna get his ways, he's gonna care less, So, but then you may get more out of life being like that, maybe, possibly, but nobody's wouldn't want to deal with you, because people don't like that. Also, if you have a big ego, other people have a big ego too, so they may not like it, and it's gonna be pretty combative because of that, but so playing a victim in that case could be that you wanna get more for yourself, and then you're gonna hurt other people and act like, oh, poor me, because I cannot get everything I want out of life, which is actually kind of Jewish behavior, but by the way, when Brother Nathaniel speaks about the Jews, that's pretty much kind of behavior they've been displaying. That's why a lot of people are anti-Semites, because of that behavior. But then again, you see that the Jews, they actually get a lot of money, and they a lot of them are in politics, they hold, high positions, as you know, especially from watching Brother Nathaniel. He knows all about that, and if you're gonna go to Wikipedia, you can see that whatever he's saying is actually factually correct too. That's the thing. So yeah, sometimes that could be the case. People just playing victims like, oh, poor me, because they don't get everything they want, and they don't get as much as they want out of life, so they just play these games to play on people's emotions. People do that. But sometimes people really are victims, Sometimes that could be the case. They're not just wolves in sheep's clothing, but they're actually victims. And sometimes it could be a combination of two of these, So it could be like people feel like they're victims and everybody should confirm to them and give them what they want. If they're not gonna get it, they're ready to hurt other people. But they know that they're weak, but they just don't care, which is kind of my case. But sometimes people really think that they're victims. They look like, oh, poor me. Other people not letting me live how I want. I'm a victim because I'm not big, I'm not strong, I don't get my way. So people look at themselves because of that, oh, I'm a victim, poor me, And sometimes it's not really a bad thing, because then people feel sorry for these people, and that gives people an opportunity to become better, so they don't have to play this card anymore at some point, or maybe they still will, because you can always play the victim. But sometimes people really feel like they've been victimized in a way, It depends. From their perspective, they feel like they've been victimized. For example, they're doing something right, and they feel like whatever they're doing is really right. And people really may think that, right? But other people may look at things differently, and they say, oh, you're wrong. And you really feel, no, I'm right. And then you get punished because of the way other people think. So in that regard, you actually is a victim, because you know that you can do things and you can get shit done, but you just cannot do it the way other people want you to. But you feel like that you know better than them, so you feel like, fuck these motherfuckers, And then you are the one who is getting hurt. So yeah, you can say that you're a victim. Other people may not look at you like that. They may think, oh, this guy deserves it because he's not good, he deserves to be punished like that. But you may look at, oh, poor me, why these people not letting me? I could do that if people would let me do what I want and my life would be good, but these motherfuckers not letting me live how I want. So sometimes that could be the case too, because there is injustice in the world as well. So that's something which is, also happens in this messed up world. So you can actually be a victim, What else I want to talk about the victimization status? What else I'm gonna say on that? So yeah, that's about it. But sometimes owning and saying, hey, you know what, I messed up, and being responsible for your action. Yeah, sometimes that could be the thing too. And sometimes that could be the thing too, that people play the victims because they don't understand that, what everything they do is their fault. I mean, yeah, sometimes you may not be conscious enough to grasp it. It's a lot of factors goes into, It's not just, It's like I said, you can play the victim because, you want to get more. You can have a different perspective. You actually can be a victim, and you can, but this is different perspective thing, that in your perspective you could be a victim, but other people may not look at you as such, And it pretty much sums it up. But accepting the blame, I mean, that's okay, and sometimes it's good, but with that there's also a thing, because, other people may say, oh, you need to accept the blame, you've been wrong. But then again, even with that, sometimes You can accept the blame. Sometimes you may not, because you just don't think that you're wrong, even though other people tell you that you're wrong, but you don't feel that way. That could be the case. Sometimes, yeah, you can. Sometimes people can be straight up antagonizing you. So even though you may think that you're wrong and you agree with them, the way they treat you, the way they talk to you, you just wanna tell them, fuck you, no, I'm not wrong, even though you're wrong, just simply because people piss you off and they make you mad, and you just pretty much getting to the point where even if you know that you're wrong, you don't act like that because you want to piss these people off, because they make you feel that way and they make you feel angry. So even though you know that you're wrong, you're still gonna argue just because of that, because of the way other people make you feel. So it could be a lot of things, when it comes to all this victimization thing. And SBN Lifestyle and everybody else who's watching this video, I hope you're gonna take a note of all of this. I'm just telling you from my perspective, from the life I lived, because I kind of can relate to that type of problem. So that's why I kind of have ideas based on who I am and what I think. But SBN Resonate, I want you to really watch this video. I'm gonna put this video on your video so you can watch it. Everybody else likes this video, subscribe to my YouTube channel, Crazy Russian 86. All the best to you guys. Peace out. Later.